Canadian next-gen player Felix Auger Aliassime beat Spain's Jaume Munar 6-4, 6-3 to reach the maiden ATP 500 semi-final of his career at the Rio Open in Rio de Janeiro on Guga Kuerten. Auger Aliassime went a double break in the third and fifth games to open up a 4-1 lead. Last year's Next Gen ATP Finals semi-finalist Munar pulled one break back in the sixth game for 2-4. Auger Aliassime broke for the third time, earning a chance to save for the first set at 5-2, but he dropped his serve at 30 in the eighth game. Auger Aliassime served out the first set at 15 in the 10th game. The young Canadian player broke serve at 30 in the opening game of the second set, but Munar broke back in the sixth game to draw level to 3-3 with the help of a net cord. Munar went up a 40-0 lead, but Auger Aliassime bounced back by winning 4 consecutive points to break serve in the seventh game for 4-3. Auger Aliassime came back from 30-40 down in the ninth game and broke serve with a forehand winner on his first match point at deuce after 1 hour and 38 minutes. Auger Aliassime, who scored the first win against a top 15 player in his career when he beat Fabio Fognini, will break into the top 100 for the first time in his career and will be ranked inside the top 80 next Monday. "This is what I work for every day. It's what I get up for every morning. As soon as I walked on court, I felt the energy from the crowd and felt like I could not get tired. The tournament is not over yet, but this feels great," said Auger Aliassime. Auger Aliassime will face this year's Córdoba semi-finalist and Buenos Aires quarter-finalist Pablo Cuevas from Uruguay, who edged past Albert Ramos Vinola 6-3, 3-6, 6-3 after 2 hours and 30 minutes. Cuevas went up a double break to build up a 5-1 lead in the first set. Ramos Vinolas pulled one break back when the Uruguayan player was serving for the first set. Cuevas served out the set 6-3 in the ninth game. Ramos Vinolas needed a break at love in the second game to win the second set 6-3. Both players traded breaks twice to draw level to 3-3 in the decisive set. Cuevas converted his second break point chance in the eighth game to open up a 5-3 lead. The 2016 Rio Open champion served out the third set 6-3 after 3 deuces after saving a break point at 30-40. Serbia's Laszlo Djere beat Norwegian next-gen player Casper Ruud 6-4, 7-5. Djere converted his third breakpoint chance in the opening game of the first set. Ruud came back from 30-40 down to break back on his second opportunity in the fourth game to draw level to 2-2. Djere got another break in the seventh game at 30 and held his next 2 service games to close out the first set 6-4. Djere secured his spot in the semi-final, where he will take on Slovenia's Aljaž Bedini, who came back from 1 set down to beat Bolivian qualifier Hugo Dellien 4-6, 6-2, 6-3 in a match marked by 10 deuces in 27 games. Dellien, the first Bolivian player in history to reach the quarter-final at ATP Tour level, got the only break in the fifth game of the opening set to take a 3-2 lead. Bedini saved 3 break points in the ninth game, when he was serving to stay in the first set, but Dellien served out the first set at love. Bedini broke twice in the fourth and eighth games to seal the second set 6-2. Dellien converted his third breakpoint chance in the opening game of the third set, but Bedini broke straight back in the second game. The Slovenian player saved 2 breakpoints in the seventh game to hold his serve at deuce for 4-3 before breaking serve for 5-3. Bedini saved 2 breakpoints by winning 2 consecutive points to close out the third set 6-3 at deuce. Djere went down a break in the second game, but he rallied from 2-5-0, 3-0 in the second set by winning 5 consecutive games with 2 breaks in a row to win the second set 7-5. This year's Australian Open semi-finalist Stefanos Tsitsipas beat lucky loser Sergei Stakhovsky 6-4, 6-3 in 68 minutes in the quarter-final at the Open 13 in Marseille. Tsitsipas dropped 12 points in 10 service games and never faced a break point to reach his second semifinal of the season. Stakhovsky saved 4 of the 6 break points he faced and dropped his serve once in each set. The first set went on serve until the 10th game, when Tsitsipas got the break on his second break point to wrap it up 6-4. Tsitsipas went up an early break at 1-0 at the start of the second set and held his service games until the 9th game, when he sealed the win with a forehand winner. "I know that I can play well, but the biggest challenge is to play even better match by match," said Tsitsipas. The reigning Next Gen ATP Finals champion will face a semi-final clash against David Goffin, who beat former Marseille champion Gilles Simon 6-2, 6-4 after 1 hour and 28 minutes. The Belgian player has reached his first semi-final since Cincinnati last year. Goffin never faced a break point and converted 3 of high-stand break points. Simon saved 3 break points in the first game, but he dropped his serve in the 5th game. Goffin broke for the second time in a row in the 7th game with a forehand winner and wrapped up the first set 6-2 with a volley winner. Simon saved 2 break points and kept his pace with Goffin until 4-4 before the Belgian broke serve and held his serve with an ace to close out the first set 6-4. Mikhail Kukushkin beat Andrei Rublev 6-4, 6-1 in 65 minutes to reach his first semifinal since Vienna 2018. Kukushkin earned his first break in the 4th game. Rublev broke back in the 9th game, as Kukushkin was serving for the first set at 5-3. Kukushkin broke again in the 10th game to close out the first set. Kukushkin raced out to a 5-0 lead in the second set with a double break in the 2nd and 4th games, but he needed 4 match points to seal the win. Kukushkin will take on French next-gen player Hugo Humbert, who beat German qualifier Matthias Bachinger 6-3, 6-3 after 80 minutes to reach his maiden ATP semifinal in the home tournament. Humbert dropped 9 points on serve and converted 3 of his 11 break points. Humbert got his first break in the 8th game when Bachinger made a double fault and sealed the first set 6-3 in the next game with 3 winners. Bachinger dropped his serve at the start of the second set and did not convert 4 break-point chances in his next 2 return games. Humbert sealed the win with another break in the 9th game with a smash winner. "The match went very well. I prepared well and watched some videos. I am very happy with my level. I didn't let him play and was aggressive. I watched him against Fernando Verdasco yesterday. I served well, although I have not checked the percentage yet. My family is here as well. I don't see them very often, so I am very happy that they can be here with me," said Humbert. The Frenchman has been criticized for his behavior during his latest match on the ATP Tour. Benoit Paire, photo by Chrysaline Caillot, copyright at Sport Vision. Former top 20 player Benoit Paire has said the crowd acted like sheep during his clash with David Goffin at the Open 13 in Marseille on Thursday. The Frenchman crashed out 6-2, 6-3, to the Belgian third seed. During the match, a frustrated Paire received 2 code violations for unsportsmanlike conduct and subsequently received a point penalty during the second set, smashing his racket on court out of anger. Moments after the match, he was booed off the court by his home crowd. https://twitter.com/tennistv/status/10986639899045800960. Following his loss, Paire questioned the attitude of the crowd, saying that he didn't understand their reaction to him. The 29-year-old is renowned for his at times controversial behavior. Last year he was fined $16,500 for breaking 3 rackets during a match at the Washington Open. In January he also took swipe at officials at the ASB Classic in Auckland concerning their scheduling. "There are 2 who whistle and then it's a bit like sheep," Paire told reporters about the crowd in Marseille. "There is one that dives, then everyone dives in. If people prefer that, all the better. They hissed at me because, supposedly, I did not fight enough. I tried to come back, he got in, played some beautiful points at the end. Yes, I got angry, because I'm disappointed to lose, that's tennis. Despite the hostile reception, Per stated that he will not be losing any sleep over the incident. Shutting down questions over his ability to control his emotions and behavior on the court. Something he has struggled to deal with throughout his career. I'm 29 years old, I've been on the circuit for 10 years, I'm trying to get better every day, I still have a great match, and for me a very good level of play, he explained. Afterwards, the crowd whistle, that's not going to stop me from sleeping well. I'm going to go change, go for a drink and everything will be fine. It is the second time this year Per has been booed by the crowd at a home tournament. 2 weeks age, he crashed out 6-2, 6-0, to Tomas Berdych at the Montpellier Open. During the match he complained to the umpire, every time I hit a shot the crowd, say, Les Benoit. Every time. No, I told you in the first game already. You didn't say anything. Le Français Benoit Perway par le public d'Al ad Open Sudafrance après sa défaite 6-2, 6-0 face à Tomas Berdych en 8 du finale via Occitanie TV. Alexis, February 6, 2019. Marseille was Per's 7th tournament this year. So far he has achieved a win-loss record of 6-7 in 2019, but has only won back-to-back matches in 2 of those tournaments. Per is scheduled return to action next week at the Dubai Tennis Championships. France's next best thing is having a breakthrough week in Marseille. Hugo Humbert in action at the 2018 Paris Masters, photo by Chrysaline Caillot, copyright at Sport Vision. When it comes to the next generation, names such as Stefanos Tsitsipas and Alexander Zverev are at the top of the list. But a bit further down the list is another player with a very promising future. 20-year-old Hugo Humbert hasn't been in the media spotlight as much as some other players his age. Yet, his rise on the tour has been just as impressive. Within 12 months he improved his year-end ranking from 374th in 2017 to 84th in 2018. During that time he has won 6 titles, 3 in the Futures and 3 on the Challenger Tour. At the US Open last year he made his Grand Slam debut after coming through qualifying, losing in the second round of the tournament to Stan Wawrinka. I am much stronger mentally from last year to this year. I am working on that with my coach, Cedric Reynaud. Now, I know that I can win a challenger. For me, it's important. I can be more aggressive with my game and beat good players, former junior world number 16 Humbert said last August. Humbert's rise up the ranks continues this year. Over the weekend he defeated former top 40 player Steve Darcy in 3 sets to win the Sherbrooke Challenger in his home country. An achievement that has elevated him to a ranking best of 75th in the world. The momentum continues into this week's Open 13, which is an ATP 250 event. On Thursday he stunned second seed Borna Coric 6-3, 6-3, to reach his maiden quarterfinal on the ATP Tour. Coric is the highest-ranked player he has ever defeated. My level was good, very positive, ATPTour.com quoted Humbert as saying. The atmosphere was great, and it's always easier when you aren't the favorite. This was the first time I played a player ranked that high. I was able to stay calm and played well. Speaking to French media at the tournament, the Next Gen star said he managed to secure the milestone win by staying calm throughout the match. Against Coric, he dropped only 6 points behind his first serve and saved both of the break points he faced. I handled the important moments very well, he said. I was strong on it. I remain calm. One must not be too euphoric yet. Now with a shot of reach the semi-finals in Marseille, the rising star will next take on Germany's Matthias Bachinger, who is ranked 143rd in the world. Bachinger hits hard, he's a dangerous and aggressive player. We saw it at the end of 2018 in Metz where he reached the final after coming out of qualifying, Humbert commented about his upcoming opponent. Humbert is currently the fourth youngest player in the top 100 on the men's tour.